Hey everybody, John Ploskina here, and this is another quick impromptu video. I've got some big production stuff going on in the background, and I'm kind of busy, but I want to keep you abreast of what's going on and keep you informed of my opinions on what's going on in the world. So, Julian Assange recently did an interview with a magazine called Republica, and there wasn't much new in it, but there was one interesting point that I thought was worth bringing up, and that is that apparently, Julian Assange's internet connection has been restored. Now, a while back, I discussed how I thought that there was actually a really compelling case to be made that Julian Assange is either dead or in custody, and that Wikileaks has been compromised by the CIA or by some other entity. Now, since then, some journalists and one British ambassador have actually claimed to talk to Julian Assange alive, and he's done several interviews, including one with Sean Hannity. And that kind of thing does go some way towards making me think that, well, okay, maybe I was wrong and that Julian Assange is alive. I'm certainly willing to consider that possibility. I don't want to cling to the idea that he's dead or in custody when events no longer make it seem as if that's the case. However, I do find it odd that WikiLeaks did that poll a while back, and so they're very aware that what we really want is video proof of life. We want to see video of Julian Assange. We want to actually see him talking. And that still hasn't been forthcoming. And something like that should be extremely easy to put together now that Julian Assange apparently has his internet back. And that makes it kind of puzzling, because I know that WikiLeaks apparently is getting upset with the constant demands of proof of life. And I know that everybody is getting frustrated with things like this. So if Assange started a YouTube channel and started posting a vlog once or twice a week where he gave his opinions on current events and maybe discussed a little bit about what's going on behind the scenes at WikiLeaks, that would go a long way towards clearing some of this speculation up. And I know that, for example, there's some people who are saying that all these rumors and speculation about WikiLeaks being compromised are in reality part of some nefarious CIA plot to make WikiLeaks seem questionable, to make people question the legitimacy of information that WikiLeaks reports. And so it makes it even more puzzling to me. Why don't they just release some quick video of Julian Assange in order to put all this to rest? Now, the most likely explanation here, I think, is that WikiLeaks is just being kind of goofy and silly. Because I think that something that we learned from this election cycle, specifically when they had that kind of, I called it the sleepy time press conference, where they held a press conference in the middle of the night, and everybody looked kind of sleepy, and the whole thing seemed like it wasn't put together very well. Not too much thought or effort was put into it. And I think that taught us that WikiLeaks seems like they may be understaffed. I know that several people associated with the organization have died recently, and so they seem to be understaffed. They may not have the best equipment. But here's the thing. This speculation doesn't just lead to annoying messages for WikiLeaks staff on Twitter and speculation that gets on people's nerves on Reddit. For a potential leaker, for somebody who works high up in the government, who potentially wants to leak sensitive information to WikiLeaks, this is a life or death decision, because if WikiLeaks has been compromised and is now operating as a honeypot trap, then you're basically signing your own death warrant by submitting information to WikiLeaks. So I know, like, for me personally, I'm not going to waste a ton of time on my YouTube channel speculating about whether or not he's alive, because it does seem to me now, with all these interviews that he's been doing, I think he's probably okay, and that this is just WikiLeaks dropping the ball. But if I was making a decision to leak classified material, I would put a lot of thought into whether or not I would want to leak stuff to WikiLeaks. I would strongly consider leaking elsewhere, because I can't definitively state that WikiLeaks is behaving as if they were not compromised until they live up to their own standards by releasing video proof of life, as they seem to indicate they were willing to do based on the poll. Until they do that, I wouldn't take the chance on it. But I'm not in that position, luckily. If you are, or if you know someone who is, where's somewhere else that you could potentially leak to? Maybe DC Leaks is a good potential alternative. But other than that, that's all I got for now. So thank you very much. As always, I appreciate it. It's a harsh world out there, my friends. Keep thinking and keep your eye on WikiLeaks. Bye-bye.